In 8 minutes, we are getting you ready to get out the door.
Let's get to Heather with your first alert forecast in today's heat index. Heather?
Whew, I know we've been feeling it, but a reminder that that's really the dominant story. Heat, humidity, and yes, it can combine to create some stray pop-ups, but even by lunch, it feels like upper 80s to low 90s. So those are actual highs today, but that feels like it's in the mid to upper 90s for much of our area. So in the first alert forecast where you live, it's going to feel like 98 this afternoon in Knoxville, to 99 Sevierville and Madisonville, and 98 Lenore City. A lot of steam to go around to create the stray pop-ups. Feeling like 96 in Crossville, Jamestown. Your heat index 94. Got every county mapped out here. Feeling like 93 in Stearns and Pineville, to 91 in Heartland. That heat index around 94 in Rutledge. Remember, this is in the shade. All right, full sun makes it feel hotter. The humidity alone making it feel like 98 in Dandridge. So pack that extra water and use caution on this steamy pattern ahead.
Heather, appreciate it. Well, this morning there's a break in a missing persons case we've been following for you for about the past week and a half.
The Knox County Sheriff's Office says they found Keith Conley's truck. There's a silver alert out for him right now. Conley was last seen Friday, July 11th, leaving South Knox County at around 5 a.m. to head to work in Solway. The Sheriff's Office says they found his truck near Alcoa Highway, close to Topside Road. Search crews found a body in the car, which could not be positively identified at the scene. This morning, the Alcoa Police Department is investigating, with an autopsy set to positively ID the person found in the car. Well, tonight, Knoxville City Council set to vote on a resolution to fund a program for families facing eviction.
We've been reporting on Legal Aid of East Tennessee's eviction prevention program for the past several months. That program provides free legal support for folks facing eviction. Now, it relies on grant money to stay running, but the team behind the program says that money is run dry, and they've actually had to cut staff. Now, tonight, Knoxville City Council will vote on a resolution to give the program $50,000 through a separate grant. Legal Aid telling us it's to finalize funds they were expecting. It's enough to keep the program afloat and the service available, but it will not be able to manage the same services as it had before. We'll let you know how City Council votes. Well, some Republicans are teaming up with Democrats now to try to override the will of House Speaker Mike Johnson.
Their effort to force a House vote on releasing more Epstein files appears able to succeed. It would let lawmakers decide whether to give the Trump administration 30 days to disclose unclassified materials. The discharge petition is from Kentucky Representative Thomas Massey and Democratic Representative Ro Khanna. It would need 218 signatures. Democrats could supply all but 6. Enough House Republicans say they would back the measure to get it over the finish line. The petition has to wait until after the 5-week August recess due to procedural requirements. House Speaker Mike Johnson could bring a related non-binding resolution to the floor this week, but he says he won't, arguing the president is taking steps to release Epstein documents already.
Well, a Tennessee Republican has now officially resigned from the U.S. House of Representatives. Mark Green, serving as chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee, he says he would resign once Congress passed President Trump's big, beautiful bill. Green's departure leaves House Speaker Mike Johnson with a slim GOP majority. The House now has 219 Republicans, 212 Democrats, and 4 open seats.
We do have a recall alert we want to let you know about this morning. 5 million pools sold at major retailers nationwide, including Walmart, Target, and Amazon, being recalled. It covers multiple brands, but they each have a few things in common. The pools are 48 inches or taller and use compression straps on the bottom outside of the supporting pools. In at least 9 instances, kids used these straps as a foothold and climbed into the pool, and at least 9 children have drowned as a result. If you have a pool like this, get in contact with the manufacturer for a free repair kit. And this weekend is the best time to get deals on back-to-school supplies.
Yeah, it is. Tax-free weekend is upon us, starting Friday at midnight. A reminder of what qualifies. Clothing items, $100 or cheaper. Same thing for school supplies. Now, electronics, it's anything $1,500 or cheaper. This is for both in-store and online purchases. Some restrictions are in place. All items must be purchased for personal use and not business use.
If you're looking for a job, the U.S. Postal Service is looking for you. They're hosting a massive hiring fair at several of their post offices across East Tennessee. It's all happening today from 10 to 2. USPS officials will be on hand to walk you through the application process. You must be 18 or older to apply, and you have to be able to work weekends and holidays. Well, months of back and forth between the Appalachian Bear Rescue and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency are now over.
Yeah, the agency is finally reaching an agreement that'll bring bears back to the rescue. This agreement comes after a situation that happened back in December. TWRA had to put down 13 bears that were under ABR's care. They said the bears came into contact with pneumonia and could not be released back into the wild. Since January, ABR has not had a bear cub in its facilities. That agreement comes with guidelines for ABR like new sanitation practices and new enclosures for the bears. ABR says this agreement could allow them to take up to 24 bears. Time 6:54. Olivia, how's traffic looking?
Yeah, guys, getting everyone ready to head out the door. Right now it is looking good in those morning commute hotspots. I-75 at Merchant Drive. Heather has been giving us that first alert to some fog out there. I've been watching the roads. Can see some of it on this camera. We are used to traffic starting to hit the brakes about this time on I-75 South, but still looking pretty good for the most part. 640 at Western Avenue. East and westbound lanes moving along as they should be. Closer to downtown at Hall of Fame Drive. Also looks good out there. Quick look at the map. You can see we are still moving along right now.
And here's a look at some of that fog at 5 minutes to 7. Still watching it kind of drifting around parts of Knox County. I've lost some of my view of South Knoxville from downtown. So looking across the river here, you can see where it does look like just a blanket of low clouds. So some of you drive up into it, lose your visibility. That's what's happening in Knox County. Dense fog more in your way. Anderson, McMinn, Monroe, Meigs, Ray to Bledsoe, Scott County to Fentress County, Campbell County, as well as McCurry and Whitley, Harlan and Lee. So while we're all included in the dense fog advisory, for some it's definitely a little harder to see than others. Temperatures hanging out in those upper 60s to low 70s, just holding steady in that fog. 73 Knoxville to 67 Crossville. 72 in Middlesboro and Morristown. So that's why these first couple hours of the day are even more your better opportunity to get outside. It starts feeling hotter by 10 a.m. Noon, for example, 84 feels like 92. So we flip the switch from that fog to a steamy day. 91 your high, feeling like 98 in Knoxville. That westerly wind today, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sticking with a light breeze, stray to spotty downpours and storms, steamy, hot. It's repetitive, I know, but it is also July in East Tennessee. In this first Alert 8-day planner, this is exactly what we are seeing and feeling. So make sure you're still in the habit of staying hydrated and limiting time outside in the afternoons or calling up that friend with a pool.
Definitely. All right, Heather, thanks. We are headed over to the CW Knoxville, where we're sitting down with Remote Area Medical as they continue to provide free health care to thousands of East Tennesseans. How you can help them out.